Indeed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got seven candles, and it looks like he's holding the moon.
It does indeed.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's got seven lights that are shining on that little moon disc or whatever he's holding on to on his right hand too.
Orthodox Jews gather monthly to recite a blessing over the new moon, which celebrates God's creation and renews the symbolic connection between the Jewish people and the moon. If you ask me, this image is demonstrating the moon, the firmament, and a representation of the menorah. Let's take a look at the menorah.
Menorah. Okay, that's exactly what it is. It's menorah, and it's related to light. Ra is related to light. Menorah is related to light. What is a menorah? From the Semitic word nur or nur, which means to shine, to give light. Compared to the Arabic word nar, like Naruto, right? That's the root of the word. Is fire or light or plasma or energy, right? Menorah, seven-headed light, basically, to give light, shine. The ancient word for the apex dome was sin, but people also pronounced it sheen. When something has a sheen, it glows. It has a glow to it. Sheen is also to shine.
The seven-branch menorah from the ancient temple in Jerusalem is symbolically and traditionally linked to the moon, along with other heavenly bodies. This connection is primarily found in Jewish tradition, especially throughout the interpretations of the menorah seen as a symbol as the cosmos. Not only that, the cosmos is known as the All-Mother, or the personification of the universe itself. In that case, the menorah is a representation of the crescent moon. And the crescent moon is a representation of Mother.
Or truly Menra, or truly menorah, the true menorah. Now, this is a geoglyph, or this is a petroglyph that somebody drew of the plasma that shoots up from Mount Meru. They've included the legs, which are the plasma sheath, the Big Apple, as I told you about. Those are the legs when you see them from a distance. It's just a dome that goes over the Garden of Eden. That's why there's people underneath its legs. And then we have the arms that reach up. That's the main beam of plasma that shoots up from the center of that mountain. Plasma instabilities branch off to either side, giving the impression of arms. And then some weird seven heads, right? Like a seven-headed serpent or something or whatever. This is what people saw in the sky.
Check. You're he. You're he. Check. You're he. Hold up. You're he. Check. You're he. You're he. Mm-hmm. Check. Mm. Thank you, AJ. AJ gave me the one. Thank you. I appreciate that. Sound. Give it a second. You know, NASA's going to hit me, right? NASA's going to hit me soon. They're going to hit me soon. You know how it goes over here. Yeah. Vlad said, start talking. I know. Soon as I start talking, it goes, right? Yeah. Story of my life. How we doing though, people, man? How are we doing? Thursday. Yes, Lord. There, man. Salute to you folks. Kyle in the building, Vlad in the building, and AJ in the building. Salute. Welcome. And we probably got, Mr. Lurker himself, Queen himself. Salutes to you, Queen. We love you really, man. Come and say hello next time. We love you really. One more week, almost gone. What? Hey, I know. Almost, right? One more day. What's that about Rising Earth? Rising Earth is oh man, listen. Rising Earth, So that means there's motion. That means there is motion. How did we go from, well, not we, but how did they go from, well, not they, Natch and Z, how did they go from no movement to movement? And they gave NASA all that shit, right? Z, you gave NASA all that shit for a moving Earth, right? An Earth that was moving. You gave them all that shit, all them globies, and you Natch. And now what? It's moving now? Okay. I'm still waiting for something. I know if anything, Z's got something up his sleeves, right? Z, you got something up your sleeves, right? I know that much. You must have something up your sleeves, right? I don't know about Natch, but Z, yeah. If anybody can pull anything out from a hat, it would be Z. Mm. I'm betting my money on it. If Z, if anybody, not Natch, nah. But you know what? I think it was all a well-engineered plan for Natch to move from, his motherland, so to speak, to come to, the belly of the beast, United States. Yeah. What's he up to now? He's probably rolling in the cash right now. Right? All that little setup with rolls, that little palaver, that was probably engineered. I ain't buying none of that. I ain't buying none of that. That was probably engineered. Here you're fooling. Here you're fooling. Hmm? Ah, hold on. Vlad said Z. What? You don't know Z? What? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. We might have to go down memory lane real quick for Vlad. We might have to do the memory lane quickly for Vlad. All right. Hold on a second. Is this it? Hold on a second. Oh, we might get a treat with this one. Hold on a second. Hold on. This might be the, hold on a second. Let me just stop this for 1 second. Hold on a second, folks. Hold on, Vlad. You might be in for a treat. Let me just see if this is the one. Yeah, all right. Hey, folks, listen. 420. This one's on Vlad. Right? This one's on Vlad. So we're gonna get a little memory lane going on right now. Don't worry, I'm gonna show you. Just oh, check. Here we go. It's starting to F me up right now, all right? All right, he said, who's Z? Right, Z used to feature over here. I used to go over to Z's. We used to build with each other. Very, very smart lad, very clever lad. But now he's a rising earther. I don't know what to make of that. Him and Natch, right? Him and Natch. So yeah, let's have a look. Let's stroll down memory lane, right? So to the right, ladies and gentlemen, you have Zetetic Warrior, aka Z, right? To the left, you have Nachiketa, um, known as Natch, I think. Right? He's a rising earther. So they both was flat earthers. Now they are rising earthers, right? So you have Z and Natch, right? All right, let's have a look, see what's going on over here. All right. 420 if you got that.
Let's welcome our next guest, not Chiquetta. Allow some other people to come in. As I said, our next guest, I guess we can consider him royalty. He calls himself a king, Notch.
A king calls himself a king? By God, let's have a look.
Wow.
You know,
I've been
is
talking
it's
to some kings. I spoke with King Nico the other day, so
King Nico, he banned me. He banned me. Fucking loser Provo banned me. He banned me. I know King Nico. Nico. Shout out to King Nico.
you know, I get to speak with another king.
yeah. I don't know if he crowned himself or this is some kind of bloodline elite lineage that he claims. I'm not sure.
Mm,
But either way, this man is a dignitary. He's a man of renown, so to speak. And I like his icon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
what's up?
I fell asleep backstage. I had a bit of a nap. Backstage
Yeah.
was there.
Nachos. Hello, nachos. All right. That's it's gone a bit funny. Why is it doing that?
Hello, Nachos. How you doing?
Well, what's up? What's up, Steven?
Not much. I remember you banned me from your show. You were in a
You banned me from your show. You banned me. You banned me. Fucking loser Provo banned me. Huh? Yeah. Everyone's getting banned. Let me take that back. Did I hear right? You banned me.
I remember you banned me from your show. You were in a panic that
You banned me from your show. Cold. Yeah. So that's Z and that's Natch, right? That's Z and that's Natch. Do you not want to watch the rest of this or is that enough now? You seen Z and that's Natch, right? Two rising earthers. And of course you have the mental deranged king himself. All right. He banned me. Let's have a listen again.
show. You were in a panic that was. How you doing?
Well, what's up? What's up, Steven?
Not much. I remember you banned me from your show. You were in a panic that day, saying, "Oh, it's the sanity machine." You just kind of freaked out, but I was just trying to say hi to you. I wasn't. I'm not a threat to you. You shouldn't be so skittish. But anyway, I'm here now. It's good to be on the show. How are
I'm here now. It's good to be on the show. What a retard. What a fucking retard. Oh man. Mm, mm. You banned me. You banned me. Booga booga. Tigger sounds. Tigger sounds. Booga booga tigger sounds, you know. Hey, that shit is wild. That shit is flipping wild. Uh, where was we today? Oh, my reception is moving crazy. I can see what's. Come on, don't do this to me. Hold on. Come on. Okay. Bloody hell, I thought that kicked me out. Mic check, check, check. We good still, right? So yes, ladies and gentlemen, you know, a spin-off from what I was talking about earlier about, you know, a moon-based system. Everything having a moon-based origin to begin with. All right? A moon-based origin. Why does it seem like everything has a moon-based origin? Right? Yeah, it's wild. You guys really need to look into these things if it interests you, right? Don't just take my word for it. Have a look for yourselves. Snap, make collages, do your own further research, your own investigations. Trust me, your mind will be like, just seem like it's on something, right? But it's on nothing. Just the dots that you'll be connecting, it will seem like you're, you know, limitless. It will seem like limitless. Neuron waves is opening up, right? Very strange. Grand old chat room. Salutes to you people. How's everybody feeling today, man? Thursday, we're almost there. One more day, right? One more day. So yes, I mean, look, they tell us that, you know, we're living in a Copernican system, right? Copernican system. Copernican system, right? So what does that mean? We're revolving around the sun, right? We're revolving around the sun. We're chasing this sun around, right? Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Yeah, we're apparently chasing this thing around, right? A heliocentric system, right? A heliocentric system. So riddle me this: since rising Earth model is moving, is that considered a heliocentric model also? Check, check, 2-2. Yeah, is the rising Earth considered a um, yeah, a heliocentric model, right? I mean, it would have to be if it's moving, right? Where do you even place the sun in that model? Oh man, reception, check, check, 2-2. Well, I might have to reload. Give me a sec. Might check, 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 2-2. Year he. Are we back? Hopefully I'm back. Check, check, 2-2. Yeah, well, I got a 1. I can't hear anything. How come you lot can hear me, but I can't hear anything? That's not good. That's not good. Hold on a second. Check, check, 2-2. What's going on with this? 1 second. Power on. Power on. Connected. Check, check. Okay, now I can hear it. Thank you. I can hear it now. It sounds a bit better. Thank you. Okay. You are saying we are shifting through systems in time. Well, it's not that I'm saying that, right? Right, let me say this, right? We have the you know, different models, right? Whether it's a heliocentric, right? Now let me show you that something, because the heliocentric, it doesn't resonate with us. The geocentric, that makes a lot of sense, right? Especially, what we can feel and see, right? A geocentric model would make much more sense, in my opinion, right? Now, if that is the case, right, if we're going to go by a geocentric model, as most people, in this community would probably resonate with more, excuse me, which would be the geocentric, right? So, cool. I can rock with that, right? It shows that we are in the center of things, right? Copernicus and these other people had a different ideology that we are not in the center. The sun is in the center, right? So Ptolemy, he had a different process, right? Oh, hold on. Damn, what happened here? Cracking, I can hear it. Yeah, Ptolemy had a different ideology, right? Teaching that we are in the center of things, right? We are in the center, right? The ringed system, right? That we are in the center, not the sun. The helio and the geo is two complete opposites. So if we're talking about Earth is in the center, right, as the Ptolemy system describes, what else do we have to look into now? What else is there obvious to the eyes? The ring system, right? The ring system.
Among the recent large-scale surveys of our universe, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey has given us our most complete look to date at the distribution of galaxies in the sky. Professor John Hartnett has researched these galaxy distributions and has discovered evidence of non-Copernican periodic structure in the galaxy distributions.
Non-Copernican, right? Non-Copernican structure. Yeah, take it in.
Galaxy distributions and has discovered evidence of non-Copernican periodic structure in the galaxy distributions.
We looked at of the order upward of over 400,000 galaxies and posed the question, well, how are these things arranged in the sky? These are three-dimensional map, and had a look at whether or not there was any structure in that. To my surprise, the mathematics bore out, and there is some very unusual structure. Now, if you look at a picture of this map, when I first saw that, it looked to me like there was concentric shells, as if
It looks as there was concentric shells. Concentric shells. Check, check, 2, 2, 3, 3. Check, check, 2, 2, 3, 3. Mic check. Yee, he. Yippee-ki-yay. Yeah, is that coming through for real? I can't hear nothing on my side. No way, you're bullshitting. For real. Hold on a second. That freaks me out when I can't hear nothing. Let's try it this way. Nothing. Okay, now I can hear something. Let's try it this way. Nothing. Check, check. Check, check. We'll take that. We'll take that. So yes, like we were saying, right? Tigger sounds. Like I said, a non-Copernican system, right? This is what independent researchers are saying. We spoke about this the other day, right? Independent scientists, researchers going against the mainstream, right? Coming up with their own conclusions, their own analysis, all of that good stuff. And it's showing the opposite to what we've been told, right? It's showing the opposite. You heard the man. Let's take it back a bit. Or the lady, excuse me, and man.
Now, if you look at a picture of this map, when I first saw that, it looked to me like there was like concentric shells, as if the galaxies preferred to lie at some periodic spacing out from the Earth.
Concentric shells, right? This is what they're saying. This ain't my words, but this is where the research is leading us to, right? This is where the research is leading us to. Concentric shells, right? Not concentric domes, but concentric shells. You understand that part, right? Concentric shells, not concentric domes, but concentric shells. That's fascinating, right? Yeah, concentric shells. So when I look at, these ringed systems, they say a lot to me, right? Especially this system right here. Right, but let's keep going with this. What are they really saying?
Earth. This is sort of like saying that our galaxy is somewhere near the center of the universe, and when you look at the galaxies arrayed all around us, they're on sort of like giant shells. They prefer to lie on these concentric shells spaced out by around about 250 million light year separation.
Concentric shells. Can you hear the distance they're talking? I don't know if these distances are real. They could be fake distances, but crazy, right? I just wanted to draw your attention to the shell part of things, right? And the ringed system. And if we're speaking ringed system, we can then refer to the Copernican system, right? Sorry, what's his name? Ptolemy system, right? The Ptolemy system. We can then refer to that when we're talking about ringed systems and shells. Right? Concentric shells, we're talking about a concave system. Right? Concave system.
As we look down upon this two-dimensional slice of the sky, we notice that there is regular, periodic, concentric structure with a preferred redshift spacing or interval, or delta Z value, between each shell of approximately 0.0246, or about 250 million light years.
All right, so they're aware of the phrase, how they would say, the nesting dolls, right? A concave system, what we're dealing with. concave system, right? And I'm pretty sure they're aware of what was going on. Let's have a look at some of the things they spoke about, right? Because I brought this to you folks' attention before, but I don't think you was ready for it, right? So let's go down here again, right? Now, where are we? Let's go down to, okay, let's start from here. It talks about a satellite, right, of Saturn, right, and moreover, a large ring of light, right? So they're talking about satellites and these things and rings, right? I already told you how, you know, the UFO is tied into the lens, and also the satellite would also be tied into the lens. Yeah, the satellite is what goes around the Earth, right? It orbits the Earth, so to speak, right? It orbits the Earth, so it goes around like a barrier, right? Keep that in mind. Surrounding the planet, right? But we don't want to focus on that part. Then we go down to here, right? And it's like the other planet, where we is not, no, not that part here. Here where we, okay, yeah. But the moon being a fourth of appendix to the moon, right? That part right here. The moon being a fourth of appendix to the moon. Very interesting. That's the part that caught my attention, right? The moon being a fourth. Yeah, the moon being a fourth. That's quite interesting, right? Now, what is a fort though? A fort is like what, a type of structure, a barrier that goes around. Right, we have any? Oh, here we go. So we got some images of forts, right? We got some forts here. What's this? This is like a fort, like a prison or something. I don't know. Type of safety place, secure place, a fort. Like a vault, so to speak, right? Something secure, safe. So the moon is known to be a fort for the moon, right? An appendix, meaning attached, is a part of it, right? Yeah, it's a part of it. Look, fort. Fort meaning barrier, protection. Right, so hope you lot take that in. This is from what? The geocentric model, right? The geocentric model, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Yeah, the geocentric model is telling you how the moon is a fort to the Earth. Take that in, right? Take that in.
If we fill in the missing areas of the sky on the assumption that the distribution is more or less similar, we are in a position to get a look at how the whole 3D structure might appear as viewed from Earth. The first thing to notice is, if we looked at the universe from some point far removed from our location, we would not see the same concentric shell structure, which is directly contrary to the assumptions of the Copernican principle. In 3D, we can slice open the galaxy distributions almost as if we were looking at the layers of an onion, disclosing the concentric shell structure around us.
So every phenomenon that you see out there in the universe is all in concentric cells around where? The Earth. I mean, how do you avoid this evidence?
Whether it would lead to an Earth-centered universe in itself, I'm not that sure, and because it's
You see how they're talking? You see how they're talking? They're like, whoa, how did we miss this? How did we miss this? Like, how did we miss this? They're talking about maybe it's not a Copernican system after all. Right? After all, it's not a Copernican system, right? So what could it be? Let's take it back a bit.
What you see out there in the universe is all in concentric cells around where? The Earth. I mean, how do you avoid this evidence?
How do you avoid this evidence? I tell you how you avoid these type of evidence. Just create some psyops, right? Throw a bit of flat earth in there, throw a bit of rising earth in there. Yeah. Confuse you. Take you away from hollow earth, which would lead you to hollow moon. Yeah, believe that if you want.
whether it would lead to an Earth-centered universe in itself.
Whether it will lead to a Earth-centered universe itself, it probably would. It probably would, yeah. Autonomy system.
I'm not that sure, and because it certainly leads to our galaxy maybe being in a special place.
Now, that is controversial because anyone in the standard cosmology community would not even entertain such a notion.
Cosmologists should be open-minded and not suppress, if you like, the exploration of non-mainstream ideas. Be open-minded and not
Should be open-minded. A lot of people should be open-minded. A lot of people should be open-minded. We're living in deceitful times where the cracks are starting to show. A bit of truth is shining through. Yes, Lord.
suppress, if you like, the exploration of non-mainstream ideas.
The exploration of non-mainstream ideas. Yes, Lord, here I am. Here I am. I'm here. Say no more. I'm here. I'm him. Yes, we are him. We are her. Right? Ringed system. Right? A ringed system. That's exactly what they're showing us, right? That's exactly what they're showing us, right? A ringed system. Could be a concave system. And this is the craziest thing. I've said it once and I'll say it again. The circle is one, if not the most sacred geometry shape out there. Everything comes from the circle. Whether it's the square, the hex, the diamond, the rectangle, the triangle, everything comes from the circle, believe it or not. Yeah. Strange times we're living in. Strange times we're living in. There was giants in the earth those days, right? Giants in the earth those days. I mean, look, you'll be getting a lot of people, you know, especially with the famous movements like Globe, Flat Earth, and all those things. They will swear blind that they know what's going on, especially with the Flat Earth, right? But all the while, they are showing you hollow Earth and passing it off for Flat Earth. Right? What do I mean by that? Let's have a little look-see. Let's have a little look-see, shall we? Grand old chat room. How we doing? How we doing? Salute, salutes. Hi there, London and chat. Having a listen. Stay locked in. I got some stuff. Stay locked in. Don't worry. We're gonna cook. We're gonna cook a bit. All right. What's that? Psalms 19 talk about the shape of the earth. Yeah. And what do they say in Psalms 19? Please let me know. Let me know. Fibonacci sequence. Okay. So where are we? Hold on. Hold on. Let's start off with this one. Okay. Hold on. Don't run.
Studied this for about half an hour, but I can't really work it out. It's all in Greek. I can't work out if it's actually hemispheres of the mind. I noticed swastikas and Jewish signs in there. In the course of.
So we got Martin Likey, in case you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen. This is the famous voice of Martin Likey, a prominent figure in the truther community, YouTube personnel. Yeah, Martin Likey salutes. All right, but he is a flat earth, would you say, follower or leader or spearhead? I don't know, wherever he's comfortable with, that's him, Martin Likey, right? But he even said it himself just now. He doesn't know what he's looking at. Right, let's take him back a bit. Right?
So I studied this for about half an hour, but I can't really work it out. It's all in.
Okay, he studied it for half an hour, but he can't really work it out. Right? He can't really work it out.
It's all in Greek. I can't work out if it's actually hemispheres of the mind. I noticed swastikas and Jewish signs in there. In the course of path of what I thought was magnetism over a double torus, but then I couldn't really work it out if this was a map of the Earth. Maybe somebody screenshot it and speak Greek and tell me what the fucking hell that is.
Don't worry, that's why you got us here, man. That's why you got your boy London, right? You got London here, you got London here, you have London here. Right now, first of all, yes, you're right, Martin. This is in Greek. It's a dead language. All right, it's a dead language. And like you said, we got the swastika. We have, looks like the Star of David over here on the right with the swastika and the swastika here. Excuse me. You had something in the middle. Seems like a toroid or, something concave, hollow or something, right? Right. Now, you know how I feel about the swastika, right? The swastika, that's also tied into the UFO. Yeah, the swastika is also tied into the UFO, right? Mr. H Town, right? Yeah, you know that guy. So therefore, you know how I'm going to bring it. The swastika is also tied into the lens, right? Yeah, the lens. But like I was saying before, right? Everything has a moon-based origin. Yeah, everything has a moon-based origin. This picture right here, there's a few more like this, but they all representing the same thing, right? It's also coming from the Greek dead language also, right? But you have to know what you're looking at. You can't just look at this and be like, oh yeah, I know what this is. No. You have to know what you're looking at, where it's coming from, what's going on. Right now, this one right here, same thing as this, right? But just a bit more detailed. And obviously, you got your boy London, and salutes to Ant, right? Salutes to Ant as well. Now, this one right here, if you pay attention to what's going on, right? We translated it more into English, right? Now, some of it says absolute down here, inner surface of Gaia, right? Inner surface of Gaia, as they talk about down there. Something to do with lunatic down here, right? Up here rather. Right, got your lunatic there. But there was something else that caught my attention on this, right? Now, look at that. Moon administration, right? Moon administration. Moon administration. Excuse me. Right? Could we be looking at a hollow Earth, hollow moon based system again? Right? Could we be looking at a hollow Earth, hollow moon based system again? Right? They're showing you a concave system. They're not showing you a dome. There could be a dome somewhere, but you know. And it speaks about matter again over here. Antimatter. Vertical transit. Okay. And we've been looking into matter as well, right? Remember, matter is also related to mother, right? So it could be referring back to the mother again. Yeah. Antihaloids, the black hole of antimatter system, black hole, what's that? Antitroton and planetary antimatters, matter exists together with antimatter. And it's, hey, that matter. What's the matter with you? Why are you looking so sad? Right, but not only that, folks, I want you to pay attention because there's something here in plain sight. Right, this is how you know they're showing us the construct, right? Because it's hidden in plain sight. Something hidden in plain sight. Let me see if anybody gets it. I'm gonna 420 quick. Let me see if someone puts it in the chat room. What can they see that's in plain sight? I ain't seen no one say it yet. What about if I do this? Yeah. What about if I do that now? You following? Check, check. Can you folks hear me? I can't even hear myself. 1 second. Check, check. Mic check. You're he, you're he. You're he, you're he. There you go, Carl. Bingo. Thank you, Carl. Say less. Say less. Now we can move on, right? It's exactly what we're getting here. Right? That's exactly what we're getting here. Right? The squatter man. Right? You only get this with plasma. Right? Now, hear me out. They say the moon is plasma, right? Isn't that the saying? The moon's plasma, apparently. It could have some plasma properties, yeah. But this is exactly what they're showing you, right? The squatter, the concave system, the ring system. Now, where else do we see that, ladies and gentlemen? Because we ain't finished. I come here to show you something. We just went over this a second ago. Let's have a look, see. What we looking at? What we looking at? What we looking at? What's in the center? What's in the center? What's in the center? I'll show you what's in the center. If it ain't that, it's this, right? Yeah, you see that? In the Copernican system. Sorry, excuse me. The Ptolemy system. In the Ptolemy system, right? Got the squatter man right there in plain sight. Yeah. Hey, ain't no way around it. You ain't gonna get it like this. Yeah, you ain't gonna get it like this. Mm-mm. They're not gonna give it to you like this. They're gonna come. Don't you know it's a flat and it's a dot? And no, bro. Pay attention. Pay attention. Right? Micro to macro. I don't make the rules. I just show you them. Right? That's all I do. I just show you them. Talking about plasma, we have to include the moon. Talking about plasma, we have to include the squatter man. So now if you're talking squatter man, you have to include the moon. Right? Plasma moon, plasma squatter man, plasma moon, plasma squatter man. You see where I'm going with that? Wow. That's what they showed you here. Earth in the center, encased with lunar. Right? Lunar. It says it right there. If it's a ring system, concave system. I would like to know where does rising Earth fit in this one right here, though. Could Richard E. Byrd be referring to the hollow Earth theory?
Not only to live in, but militarily. Not only to live in, but militarily. Not only to live in, but militarily.
So this is the seal of the German Antarctic expedition to the South Pole. I want you to pay close attention to this one because I'm about to take you somewhere. Why does the German seal for Antarctica look exactly like an eye? Could they be trying to tell us something? Or is it possible that we could live in an eye of the creator, like London has been trying to tell you for the longest? Here, let's take a look. The South Pole could really just mean the South Pole, like the iris and the pupil. Let's take a look. Bingo. It looks exactly like some cross-referencing. Iris, which goes around the pupil. And then last but not least, you have the lens. But wait a second. New Swabenland seems to be missing a lens. But how could this be? How could this be? I'm going to have to pull out the big guns on this one. Wim, Casey, let's go.
We talked about if you cut this lens right here in half, you get a honeycomb matrix of cells. This is all scientifically proven. You can look this up yourself. Cross section of the lens of the eye.
My guess is that it is a crystal, the Benben stone.
Thank you, Wim. Thank you, Casey. You've been a great help. I've come to this conclusion. New Swabian land is the honeycomb matrix. Here, let's take a look. New meaning something new. SCH could mean school. I mean, if we're talking about the eyes, then we're talking about the pupils. So school meaning pupil of the eye. And we all know what land means. Land meaning land. So you know I had to save the best for last, right? Wa Ben, meaning Ben stone, just like the lens, the pyramid in the eye. And Wa Ben, just like the honeycomb structure, the honeycomb matrix in the lens of the eye. And there you have it.
Let's talk about the hexagons in WandaVision. When they were used to close out the first episode's ending credits, I thought, oh, that's weird. Then they popped up again in episode 2 and all over episode 3. And then there was Bee Guy, and bees live in hives. Hives are made of hexagons, and this wallpaper looks like a beehive if you squint. Then episode 4 shows us that the field around Westview is also hexagon shaped, meaning this reality is contained within a hexagon, just like the show itself is bookended by hexagons in the credits.
What's a hex? Oh, it's what I'm calling the anomaly because of its hexagonal shape. It's starting to catch on.
Now, I could go along with that, except Jimmy Woo is also wondering about it on his whiteboard. I don't think this show would call so much attention to this if it were a simple Easter egg. See, hexagons have 6 sides and 6 vertices and 6 angles. Pointed out that these pictures in his office are in the shape of a hexagon. Look a little closer and you'll see hexagon patterns on his rug. And inside those hexagons, an hourglass figure. So maybe a concentration of this energy in Westview would naturally create a 6-sided figure. That got me thinking that maybe hexagons are actually the building blocks of the universe that hold the MCU together.
We talked about if you cut this lens right here in half, you get a honeycomb matrix of cells.
Why hexagons? Well, for instance, a hive is the most efficient structure in nature. Hexagons prevent any wasted space, unlike circles, which leave gaps between them. Think about where we've seen hexagons in the MCU before. Space travel. In the Guardians movies and Avengers Endgame, ships travel using the Universal Neural Teleportation Network, or UNTN. Now, this is a network of wormholes that the characters call jump points. This network is displayed as a grid of hexagons. Presumably, since they're using wormholes, these ships are passing through the 4th dimension. Perhaps the 4th dimension is held together with a network of hexagons. Due to its connection to the Infinity Stones, these shapes could be the building blocks of the universe. Think of the Kree, one of the most advanced races in the universe, a civilization that's thousands of years old and spans countless worlds. They use hexagons everywhere on their capital of Hala. They work their way into the aesthetic designs, the windows and the train. During the briefing, we see that they map Torfa with a hexagonal grid as well. Now, that's interesting because planets also create dips in the fabric of the 4th dimension, making them part of that hexagonal structure. Consider the Supreme Intelligence, a collection of the greatest Kree minds from across the eons. Communicating with the Supreme Intelligence is a sacred ritual to the Kree, and the Kree visit their god by kneeling on a hexagon. So, if the most advanced civilization in the universe has placed hexagons at the center of their art, their science, and religion, it tells you that these shapes are important. Because, like I said, I think hexagons are the literal structure of the universe.
My conclusion on the German expedition to the South Antarctic, it has to be the eye, right? If we're looking at New Swabian land, it has to be the lens, the honeycomb matrix. I mean, looking at its whole entireness, it looks like the eye, but not only an eye, it looks like it's upside down.
Interesting, isn't it, how Allah allowed us to know this fact? But you see, Venus doesn't rotate the other way. It's just upside down. It's rotating the same way as all the other planets. But because it's upside down, it seems like it's rotating the other way.
In some of these movies that they've been presenting, they've been showing pyramids upside down. Could that be a representation of the Ben stone? Here, let's have a look.
And it's now 2898 AD. After decades of wars and pollution, the world is a post-apocalyptic nightmare. Kashi is the last standing city, ruled by a totalitarian 200-year-old god king called Yaskin. He lives in the complex, an inverted megastructure that hovers above the city and extracts the planet's resources to provide for the rich.
My guess is that it is a crystal, the Ben stone.
Welcome home, Jack.
Diamonds are forever.
One way or another, every good conspiracy comes back around to the all-seeing eye, and every good conspiracy is in the eye of the beholder. That's why I found this one uniquely interesting, because it started with me just really misreading a word. I was looking through some old newspaper articles, just basically browsing, and I came across the word occultist. And I was like, oh, what's this about an occultist? Very interesting. And I read it a couple times and I still read the word occultist until I finally realized, and Melissa pointed out to me, it was oculist. It was not occultist. It was a story about an oculist. And that just got me thinking, interesting that I misread the word. Interesting word anyway. I mean, I knew it had something to do with the eyes, but just on a whim, I looked up first what oculist was. Basically, what we now call an ophthalmologist, an eye doctor, who can also prescribe glasses. An oculist is basically the antiquated term for eye doctor. So just on a whim, I decided to search for oculist conspiracy. And not only was there one, but it ended up being more interesting than I ever thought.
Diamonds are forever. They are all I need to please me. They can stimulate and tease me. They won't leave in the night. I've no fear that they might desert me. Diamonds are forever. Hold one up and then caress it. Touch it, stroke it and undress it. I can see every part, nothing hides in the heart to hurt me. I don't need love.
Now, imagine a diamond the size of an entire planet. Now, let's fly back to our solar system. Our destination now is Jupiter's moon, Europa. It's as wide as the distance between Seattle and Houston.
And the Oculus conspiracy was unraveled after many years of a very tedious translation that was very difficult even with the machine. And it took them a while to find out that it was even written in German as opposed to other languages. And once they kind of had a hint at that, they started taking a crack at translating some of the letters. And these are very strange letters. There's a lot of symbols and a lot of accent marks. Basically, this is why they didn't even know. For a while, they didn't even know maybe this is just a hoax or something. They've called a lot of documents hoaxes, but it turned out they did not think this was a hoax because they found the pattern, basically. In the end, all these regular letters, the ones that are not accented, those became the throwaway letters. They started by trying to translate them, but it turned out those were the throwaway.
Yeah, you see the hollow earth symbol again. You see the hollow earth symbol again. Hold on. No, we got that. Hold on a second. Yeah, told you. Concaveness. You see the circle or the ring, they're showing you the hollowness. Right? This is what the symbol's for. This is exactly what they're showing you with these symbols. It even had the lens shape a second ago. The hair cutting out now.
letters to reveal the actual code and show the spaces of words and the breaking up and everything. And even still, they didn't have a direct translation, obviously, for these strange symbols, but if it was written in a human language, they could.
We'll leave that there. Grand old chat room. What's happening? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, the section's gone choppy. Check, check. You're he, you're he. You're he, you're he. Yeah, I can't even hear nothing. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. I'm back. I'm in the building. I'm in the building.
It's show time and it's showtime. It is good to see everyone here. Welcome to El Diablo Radio International, the greatest show in hell. And eventually that will mean something. It already does to me. There's meaning in it, but it will mean. Thank you, Salty Siren. As much as they try to attack and say, prove you have a girlfriend, I've had many girlfriends, but I do love and respect my girlfriend, and I am protective of her. I like that my girlfriend has hobbies that are not the same as mine. She wants to work on something and she's doing something. She can be occupied doing something for 4 or 5 hours and lose track of time. I'm fine on my own. I'm doing my thing. I'm not a clingy boyfriend that's just there going, oh, when do you have time for me? I have so much on my mind that I can do, think of, create, work on. It's always something to do. If I shut down my channel and live streams, I just do something else. That's all. They'd love to try to use my girlfriend against me or destroy her to get to me. That's what they would like to do. They'd like to go after my girlfriend because they can't touch me. They can't do anything to me. Yes, they do. They use everything as ammunition.
In a public parking lot, families witness a very private act.
It's just crazy, and I'm with my daughter, and she can't believe what we see.
Blow-up dolls with female body parts exposed outside this Publix on Santa Barbara. And witnesses say this man, 51-year-old George Bartusek, touching them inappropriately.
As I walked by, I saw this guy with the two blow-up dolls and kissing them and bouncing them and kind of trying to get people's attention.
What kind of warped mind would think of doing something like this? It's crazy.
One customer who saw what was happening inside the car ran inside to get a store manager, while another customer called police. Only our cameras are rolling when Cape officers arrest Bartusek for breach of peace. This isn't his first run-in with the law. He spent time in jail for driving under the influence and for assaulting an officer. But nothing quite like this.
It was obvious to my children what this man was doing.
Nothing involving inflatable people.
I've never seen anything like this. When you hear about people doing this, crime stores or whatever, no, but in public, like I said, in a public place, not good.
Tonight, the show is over. Bartusek carted off to jail. The dolls towed away with the car.
It's just so disturbing.
Anyway, my girlfriend does tease me still, even after years of being together. Once in a while, she'll say, "You had so many girlfriends," and oh, don't give me that. She'll try to tease me, and we know each other's sense of humor well. We tease and rib each other that way, in a sense. So yeah, For the demons on Team Evil, they'd love for my girlfriend to come on here, but I keep her protected because I'm wise enough to know what the whole quote panelverse is full of demons. It's all risk and no reward for me or for my girlfriend. So why put her in that situation? I won't do that. No point. And I told my girlfriend that in the beginning of my channel. And also, if people must know, they don't deserve to know, but I am a private person, but I also like my alone time. I always have. And there's a reason why I'm not married because I like time alone as well.
Let me go see Steven. Yo, Steven, what the fuck you doing, bro? Oh my God, Steven! No way!
What? What are you doing? Nothing. What do you mean nothing? I found something. What? What did you find? It's not mine. I found it. It was in the back of the car. It's not yours. No, it's not. It was just in the back of the car, was it? Yeah. Right. How come your pants were down? They weren't. What do you mean they weren't? Hey, come back here. You've got some questions to answer, mate. No. What do you mean no? Buddy, what were you doing in the back of this car?
Lay low in this realm and don't really battle demons.
Shh.
I did it my way. I did it all. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. Gwendol chat room, what's happening? My girlfriend, my girlfriend, my girlfriend, my girlfriend. Oh shit! Oh, I got one for you. I know you're gonna like this one. Listen to this.
Banned. Banned. Banned.
Even excuse me. He banned me. He banned me. Oh my lord. Hold on a second. Let me hear that again.
Banned.
Oh my god. That's gonna happen to anybody who steps out of line, right? You know what's gonna happen to you, right? Tell him, Stevie.
Banned.
Facts. That's gonna happen to anybody who steps out of line, right? No more stabbing and shooting, just straight banning, right? Put down your knives and your guns, right? Straight banning you. Straight banning you. Yes, Lord. That's gonna hurt them even more. You get me? You load up a barrel of bands, right? You load up a barrel of bands, right? Don't load up a barrel of bullets, no. Straight bands. Load them in the chamber. Bands. Release them bands. Bam, 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 bands. You get me? It's crazy. Oh yeah, hold on. Let's finish off this. Where's it gone? Hold on a second. We wasn't finished with the other one, was we? That was hilarious. Where's the other one gone? Ah, here we go.
Isn't equal. He could just be like anorexic. Like he could be manorexic. It's a thing. Look it up. Look, I gotta go. This is too much. It's too much.
Oh, you gotta go. I'm too.
Isn't equal. He could just be like anorexic.
Ah, that ain't the thing. Hold on a second. What? That's not the one. Hold on a second. Where's it gone? I think this is it.
Let's welcome our next guest, Nacho Queda. Allow some other people to come in. As I said, our next guest, I guess we can consider him royalty. He calls himself a king, Notch.
Wow.
You know,
I've been
is
talking
it-
to some kings. I spoke with King Nico the other day, so I get to speak with another king.
Yeah. I don't know if he crowned himself or this is some kind of bloodline elite lineage that he claims. I'm not sure. But either way, this man is a dignitary. He's a man of renown, so to speak. And I like his icon. Let's welcome King Stephen of the Sanity Machine. Welcome back to Z Show.
Oh, I'm sorry. I fell asleep backstage. I had a bit of a nap backstage.
Yeah.
Was there waiting for a while to get on. Finally on the show. Hello, Z. Hello, Nachos. How are you doing?
Well, what's up, Steven?
Not much. I remember you banned me from your show. You were
I remember you banned me from your show. Ban. Told you. Straight ban. Sending the blockers in. You get me?
you were in a panic that day, saying, it's the Sanity Machine." You just kind of freaked out, but I was just trying to say hi to you. I'm not a threat to you. You shouldn't be so skittish. But anyway, I'm here now. It's good to be on the show. How are you guys doing?
Well, I'm doing well. I don't want to speak for Nacho Queda, but I can say I've never been better.
Don't
good
speak
sir.
for him. Let him speak for himself. Mikey can speak for himself.
Right? And I will.
He called you Mikey, Notch.
I
Well,
know.
I heard that was his name. You, Z, you had high praise for Lucky. What was his name? Rascal? Lucky something. The guy with the guitar.
Lucky Haskins. Why? Would
Lucky
you not agree with my
Haskins.
assessment? Yeah.
No, I'm just saying you had high praise for him. I was kind of almost wishing that you would have that kind of praise for me.
Seeking praises, huh? You're seeking praise. What king seeks praise? This is what I'm saying, man. You should just, call it a day, really. Pack it in. What are you seeking praises, huh? Can't get praises, can't get likes, can't get the chat room jumping. Can't get anything. That's wild. That's wild. We leave that there. Leave that there for now. Can't get anything. Can't get praises, can't get likes, can't get the views, can't get the comment. That's crazy. I wonder why you got to do the whole 12 hours. God damn. Anything to look pretty, right? Whole 12 hours just to look pretty. What did Jay-Z say? Numbers don't lie, peoples do, right? Yeah. Yeah, boy. He's been listening to Jay. The jig is up. Rando chat room, what's happening? What's new? What is new? What is new? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Ringed systems. Ringed systems. What is the update with Artemis? Anything new from Artemis? Let's have a look at something actually while we're here, because I like to show you folks new things while we're here, all right? Astronauts. What's up with these astronauts? Let's have a look, see.
This is a feature miner, so I came across an interesting video that reveals that rockets are actually equipped with a secret escape tunnel that leads to a escape room below the rocket. So although there's a reasonable
Secret escape tunnel? What? I remember the other day people was looking at those what is it, Artemis images, and they was paying attention to the cable car. Right? Remember everyone was like, look at the cable car leaving, look, there's a cable car. You know how dangerous that would be? Fucking while the rocket's taking off, a cable car's coming down. That just looked dangerous. Right? That just look dangerous. It's almost like they're saying, yeah, look up here while we go down here. Right? Yeah, you pay attention to that cable car and we'll go down here. Right? Simple.
Explanation for this, it's kind of strange to see how there's a secret escape tunnel for astronauts, so they end up underground in the secret escape room if need be. Now the thing is, with the Challenger situation, I did a video on that some years ago where people have found that there's lookalikes for each of the astronauts that was on board. So when the world saw the Challenger blow on live television, it's possible that the astronauts escaped in the secret escape tunnel, and that's why there's lookalikes to this day that people have been very suspicious of. Not only are they lookalikes, but also a lot of them even have very similar names. Now that's a members only video, so I'll leave the link in the comment section and description box. I made it members only because it's a pretty sensitive video. Some people might be pretty disturbed about what they're seeing in that video, so I felt like it's probably best for members only. But I'll leave a link for it in the comment section and description box. You can check it out for as little as $1 if you want. But I have a video I'm going to play for you in a second where I'm going to show you this special presentation that was on BBC where they're showing this escape tunnel. So the thing is, I mean, we've all seen the astronauts wave and make a big show as they're climbing onto the space rocket. And could it be that they've been using the secret escape tunnel for every rocket launch? And that is not just for emergency uses only. Let's check out the video and we're going to come back. And
Even just looking at this thumbnail, right? It reminds me of like you know, the playground, the jungle gym, or the slide and the stairs. Right? Going up the stairs and going down the slide. So similar to a playground, right? Similar to a playground, like a, how would you call it? A Neverland, right?
and talk about it.
Who are on board, if it looks as if they're in danger, they get out and head down this tube, specially insulated against fire, and zigzagging down not to some point out and away from the rocket, but to an escape room exactly where you'd think it shouldn't be.
Three and a half minutes after they get the warning in the capsule, the crew could be down here in the blast escape room via that 200-foot escape tube, 40 feet below the base of the rocket. They find themselves in a totally rubber room, walls and floor.
Beneath the base of the rocket. That's wild, right? Like that brings you from top to bottom. Whew. Imagine that. Imagine that. Let's have a listen again.
Escape tube, 40 feet below the base of the rocket.
40 feet below the base of the rocket, right? 40 feet below the base of the rocket. That's that's interesting, right? Did anybody know about this, or it's just I don't know. But the first time I heard about this was the other day. I was like, okay, this is interesting. Simple but effective.
Themselves in a totally rubber room, walls and floors, and they head for safety through a 6-inch steel door. Once they're behind that door, it doesn't matter what comes down this tube behind them.
Look at that, into another secure place. Into another secure place. Yeah, very interesting. So many secrets out there, right? Well, this ain't a secret though, it's public, I suppose. But you know, if they're willing to show us something like this, I mean, what else have they shown us and we haven't been paying attention to?
On this side of that door, the rarely seen blast escape room itself. It's totally isolated from everything around it by a series of 24 giant springs underneath the floor and shells all around it of steel, concrete, and sand. It contains enough food, water, and air for 20 people for up to 24 hours. And It's all around the edge. There are these foam rubber shock absorbing seats, as you can see. The room is built to withstand the simultaneous explosion of every drop of fuel on a Saturn V. And in that event, strapped into your shock-absorbing seat, if your rocket did blow itself to bits 40 feet above your head, all you'd feel would be a mild rumble from somewhere up there.
And so, yeah, that's pretty interesting, isn't it? I mean, for there to be a secret escape tunnel, you don't hear too much about this. I mean, this is the first I've ever heard about this, but it makes sense.
Exactly. Secret escape tunnel. I mean, that's wild.
For what they're describing. So let me know in the comment section, do you think this is something that they're using just for emergency purposes only? Or do you think this is what they were doing the whole time? And so I'll leave a link, like I said, in the comment section if you want to check out my Challenger video, because that video I actually had to remove. It is over 1 million views the first time I uploaded it on my.
All right, big man. Cool. So yeah, I mean, secret escape tunnel. That's interesting. Excuse me. Yeah, that's very interesting. You know, what else is secret out here? If they got a tunnel that can get from up there to down here, imagine what they got down here already, right? These tunnels. Yeah. Concave system. Right? Squatter man. Ptolemy system. All of that good stuff. What's this one here? This is, oh no, it's getting too late actually. I'll do that one another time. I'm trying to do them like more of, you know, hour shows, power hours, hour and a half. We ain't got to keep going for 12 hours and shit. So yeah, what's your thoughts? Anyone got any thoughts? Anyone got any new material, new ideas, new findings, new sharings? Hmm? I hope you understand the message. I hope you understand the message, folks. What's this one? What's this? Army system. I've done that one already. Done that. Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there. Yes, Lord. Great day and that greater light, greater light. What? Your prime minister said that. Hey, it's the things they say. Now, hey, now that would make sense to you, right? Before, you know, things like that may have went over your head, but now you've been in contact with London, right? You're like, whoa. What did he just say? Or she? Yeah. Just the subtle words, you know. The subtle words. It's like, whoa. They said that. They said that. I know what they mean. I know what they're talking about. The shells. Which shells you referring to? Oh, do you know what? Actually, hold on. You actually sent me some. The other day. Nice. Excuse me. Oh Lord. Sorry, folks. Okay, so look at that. You got the who's that in the chair? Is that who is that meant to be? Mary, the mother. Is that the mother? Okay, you got the mother in the chair. Sitting on her throne, her footstool. Heaven is underneath your mother's feet, right? As the saying goes, right?
He is known as the slowest.
Heaven is underneath your mother's feet. What's that? We've got the arch. We've got a type of blue sky. Almost looks like this is meant to be the firmament with stars in it or something. Right? It's meant to be the stars. If that's the mother's feet, this could be the arch representing the firmament, one half of the firmament or something. I don't know, but who's that? I'm not sure who that is. Maybe Moses, I don't know. That looks like Jesus there, this one here. I'm not sure who this one is. Got two twins here or two angels or something there. Yeah, cheers, Vlad. Jesus was a woman. Well, this is the thing, you know. Further you go back, there's a lot of pictures depicting Jesus. Can we say woman or is it both sex? I don't know. But a lot of them pictures are depicting that Jesus more of a female archetype. So I don't know. Yeah, who knows? You know, especially Jesus being the messenger, right? Just like what's his name again? Not Moses. What's his name? Bloody hell, I forgot his name now. Damn, it slipped my mind. But yeah, tied back to the female. What I was gonna say, it's tied back to the female. Allah being a female, right? Over in the Middle East, certain parts in the Middle East, rather, right? Allah is known to be a female. Yeah, not a male, but a female. They know Allah to be a female. Very exclusive. So yeah, you know, who knows? Who knows? So yeah, what's new? Nothing new. Anyone got any new findings? If not, let's get out of here. Let's go and do what we have to do, man. Mind your business. Mind your business. You already know the motto, folks. Look after yourself. Love over war, if possible, and lay low. Much love. Peace.